I just paint. I don't think about it too hard. I just love it. My mom's a painter, so that was huge growing up. She was always in her studio, and me and my other brother were kind of always in her studio, rummaging through her art books, and yeah, that was just always there. The art was always around. So she's continues to be a huge inspiration because she's working and makes her living at it. So she's somebody that I talk to often about art and just inspires me to keep going. So having her as a support is huge, especially your mom. But I have a younger brother who has severe autism, and she has devoted her life to him, basically, as well as her painting. So she's basically doing two jobs. So he's nonverbal. He has other health issues other than autism. So he's this like being who is just pure being. There's no ego, I mean, he has a personality, and he's totally there, but he's not like, he just is. He's like a Buddha. He's like Buddha. He just is. He just is existing, and we're all just there experiencing his presence, and it makes you appreciate everything that you have. The simple idea of just being able to communicate with people. Having a younger brother who is in that realm of mystery has created a mysterious kind of mentality about life. Like, I don't know what's going on with this life. I'm just experiencing it, and I try to communicate with that mystery. I think it's a big part of it. It's not only about psychology and emotional connection with the viewer. It's also about the ineffable, the unspeakable, the thing we don't know, but we all kind of know. I like the feeling that it gives me. I don't know what that is, but it makes me feel like I can relate, or like I'm a human. I look at this person and I don't know. I just feel something. It makes me feel something. That's it. And I'm more interested in just realism. I think realism, when done really well, can connect. You can get your message across pretty well compared to other art forms. Just because you can, as a viewer, you can relate. You can put yourself in that scenario because you understand what you're looking at. Photography was really big for inspiration. I started with photography. I trained painting from life quite a bit. And I have a mentor who's taught me quite a bit about how a photo lies to you. So photography is it's not a means to an end. It's just a reference to use as a way to make a piece of art, but really there's so much, like, you can't really tell unless you go up close to the paintings, but in the lights there's a lot of paint texture, and in the shadows it's more translucent. So that's kind of like a method that a lot of the old masters use to create a sculptural kind of effect when looking at paintings. So it almost has like when you look at Rembrandt, all the light on the face is like just like caked on paint, and then in the shadows it's like scraped a bunch of, it's like you can see the raw canvas. So it creates that three-dimensional quality, tactile surface. So that's big. That's a big part of what I do. As an artist, there's so many struggles with trying to, make a living, basically. It's so worth it, though, to be able to do what you love, and go through those struggles, which is, I have to constantly remind myself of that. I just can't see not doing it. It's there's so much inspiration in me that needs to come out, and if I don't do that, then I'm not happy. I'm depressed, and working is just it's a must. It's not, there's no question. If I couldn't do it, then I wouldn't be happy. It's always when I started, it's like, this is the one. But then at the end, I really didn't get it, but maybe I gleaned some sensibility. I got close to something, and then I'll take that to the next one, and then keep going from there. So that's kind of the mentality. It's about the balance of finding how much of a finish you want in an area and where the attention is, and how much abstraction you want in the background, and especially with the figure in the landscape, there's that whole thing of like, well, I could have, obviously the figure is the focus, but there's all this kind of like washed out shapes that imply there's a landscape. So it's a constant back and forth of pushing and pulling, and darks and lights, and creating a balance between, like a harmony. It's about it's harmony. But sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I gotta do this piece, like this one. And it's like complete, it's like I'm insane. It's like I'm literally insane. Like there's no, nothing else matters except that. When I'm like super inspired, I just go, and it just everything else shuts off. And it becomes all about that, and then that's it.